Hey guys, welcome to Mariners Kids Online. I'm so excited that you're here with us today. Now let's jump into some worship to kick us off. Let's go!
I made it. Finally, I got into scuba school. But to be honest, I am totally nervous.
Hi! Are you here for scuba school too?
Yeah, I'm assuming you are too.
Yes, and I am beyond excited to start this class. I have been waiting for such a long time to get accepted. Now, I'm finally here, and I'm so excited to explore the big blue sea!
Me too!
Wait, why are you not excited?
I've never done this before. I guess I'm just not too sure what to do. I guess I can swim, but I'm not the best. And what if there's a shark? I could never outswim one of those things.
I don't think you have to be that nervous. You see, there's teachers here. They instruct us, and you can only get better, see? So why wouldn't...
I guess, but why do you have these things?
Well, you see, these things help me to get better during scuba school, and I'll tell you more about them later.
After Jesus died on the cross and was raised from the dead, he spent time with his disciples. At the end of his time on earth, Jesus gave his disciples important instructions. He told them not to leave the city of Jerusalem. Jesus said the disciples should wait there until God kept his promise to give them the Holy Spirit. Jesus reminded the disciples of John the Baptist. John had baptized people with water when they turned away from their sin and turned to God. Jesus said that in a few days, the disciples would be baptized too, not with water, but with the Holy Spirit. "Lord, are you giving the kingdom back to Israel now?" the disciples asked. God was with his people, the Jews, but they looked weak. The Romans ruled over them. The Jewish people wanted to have power over other nations. Jesus did not say yes, but he did not say no. "The Father knows when the time is right," he said. Then Jesus said, "But you will receive power when the Holy Spirit has come on you. You will be my witnesses in Jerusalem, in all Judea and Samaria, and to the ends of the earth." As Jesus' witnesses, the disciples would tell people what they knew to be true. They would tell people the good news about Jesus in the city of Jerusalem, in the surrounding area of Judea, and the nearby area of Samaria, and all over the world. The Holy Spirit would be with them to help them. After Jesus said these things, he went up to heaven. The disciples watched Jesus until a cloud hid him from their sight. All of a sudden, 2 men appeared. The men were wearing white clothes. These men asked the disciples, "Men of Galilee, why do you stand looking up into heaven? This Jesus, who has been taken from you into heaven, will come again. He will return in the same way that you have seen him going into heaven." Then the disciples returned to Jerusalem, as Jesus had instructed them, to pray and wait. Jesus left earth and returned to heaven, but he did not leave us alone. Jesus sent the Holy Spirit to be with us and help us do God's work. One day, Jesus will return to make all things new and to rule as Lord over all.
That was such an amazing story to see the way... Whoa, buddy, what's going on? Hey, did you think this was such a great lesson?
I mean, what did you learn? There was not one thing about scuba diving, and still, there was not a single instructor in the room to ask all my questions to. Like, next month when we go scuba diving, where are we going, and what sea creatures will we face? How fast do I need to be and able to swim in order to outswim a shark? Well, what if I get too tired and can't swim anymore? Well, what if there's an earthquake during it, and...
Whoa. I don't think you have to worry that much.
But you see, I do. There's so much unknown about the sea. It's big and huge. Alone, I don't know what to do without the instructor.
Wait, did you not hear what the lesson was about?
No, but what do you know? First day in class and you're flopping in with some weird shoe?
Well, before we get to my fins, the lesson we learned today actually may help you a lot more than you think.
Okay, how?
You see, Jesus' disciples were probably feeling the same way you are, a little scared. Their instructor Jesus was about to leave. They knew there was a mission they were trying to accomplish, but Jesus had been there the whole time leading them. Now he would not be there. What were they supposed to do?
Well, he said there would be something to help them while he was gone.
Correct. You see, Jesus was trying to teach them that they did not want them to feel helpless or alone. He cared and promised that a helper would come along. That helper was the Holy Spirit.
Sure, but this doesn't explain anything about scuba diving.
True. You see, Jesus is not saying that he will help them scuba dive, but he does say that the Holy Spirit goes with us everywhere when we believe in him. Holy Spirit will help us to know what to do and give us comfort because Holy Spirit lives in us.
All right, so I believe in Jesus, meaning the Holy Spirit lives in me. I still don't have all the answers to my questions, though.
Well, we have the great use of technology to help us out, but you also can have the confidence in knowing that the Holy Spirit is with you and will never leave you. He also empowers us to share this beautiful gift of the Holy Spirit with others. Maybe you can overcome your fear and can then share the Holy Spirit with someone who is also scared.
I didn't think about it like that. Well, I will try to pray to my helper and see if I can gain more confidence. But what are these fins for?
Glad you asked. I'm actually super duper excited about them. They're supposed to help me swim really fast when scuba diving.
It doesn't seem like they make you any much faster. You were really struggling just to get through the door at the beginning of class.
Yeah, they should probably put a warning label on these because they are not great shoes whatsoever. But I did test them out the other day and they were a great help.
That's great. It reminds me of today's lesson. We can rely on the Holy Spirit as our helper. Your fins could be what help you outrun the sharks and get places quicker. The Holy Spirit can help protect me while I swim so that I can be safe to share the Holy Spirit with others.
That is the spirit. Well, I will see you next class. Toodles.
Well, that was better than expected. I hope you guys learned something too, even if it had nothing to do with scuba diving. I leave you with this. The Holy Spirit is my helper. I'll see you next week for Scuba School. Bye! Hey guys, Angeline from Scuba School here. I've got a great verse for you, and it comes from the book of Galatians and goes like this. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. Great job! Now let's stand up and say our verse all together on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. So great! Let's do it one more time. Ready? 1, 2, 3. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. The law is not against such things. Galatians 5:22-23. Fantastic job! Well, I've got to get back to class. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Ready?
There's a city that calls me by name. There's a city that calls me by name. Yes, as I run this race, I am cheered by the saints. There's a city that calls me by name.
Again.
There's a city that calls me by name. There's a city that calls me by name. Yes, as I run this race, I am cheered by the saints. There's a city that calls me by name.
You guys ready?
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go
Here we go!
everywhere I go,
Hey!
I go with you. Everywhere I go with you. There's a future that runs through my veins.
Right?
There's a future that runs through my veins. And there's nothing on earth that can stand in the way. 'Cause there's a future that runs through my veins. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my home, come what may. Where I same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. This same spirit I cannot contain. Here we go! Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, it's my hope, come one day. Where I go with you. Where I go with you. Yeah. Breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul. Your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk alone.
Sing it again. Your breath.
Your breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul. Your kingdom is my home all week long, and I don't walk alone. Here we go! Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you.
So I won't be afraid. Come on.
So I won't be afraid, this my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my hope, come what may. Where I go with you. Where I go with you, yeah. Everywhere I go with you. 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 Yeah. Everywhere I go with you. 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 Where I go with you. Yeah.
Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you had a great time and learned something too. Make sure to check out our Family Connect question and discuss it with you guessed it, your family. Make sure to like and subscribe too. See you next weekend online or at one of our campuses. Bye.